Hey everybody, my name is Christian, and I'm just going to be giving a more informal demonstration on a project that I've been working on. I've been sinking a lot of hours into this project recently. Honestly, I've only put really 3 days work into this so far, but I feel like I've put a lot or made a lot happen with it. Before going into detail, though, I do want to say that I am using a platform or interface called or framework called Envision Power Services. They're basically a great community and product that allows you to create interactive like communities. It includes like a forum, a calendar, clubs, which I renamed into communities for the modding community, a marketplace, and just so much functionality already, along with a lot of good support for making external modifications like plugins and applications, which is what I'm doing. Basically, I copied a lot of code from the clubs or communities application they have. Well, it's not an application, it's actually implemented into the core, and then I made it into its own application called servers. So the home page, let me just show the normal mine community or the normal website right now. The home page is the forums, but obviously we don't want that long term. Also, we have a forums here if you want to sign up. Um, we also have communities. People will be able to make communities. Um, and you can actually do quite a bit with the community, such as make a form, a calendar. When you have the marketplace, we don't have the marketplace right now, but you can make like a marketplace section, projects, files, just so much more. Anyways, we are going to be, and also before going into detail, I am pretty tired, so I am sorry um, if I kind of blank out sometimes. I've been working on this so much, and I just, again, that's why it's going to be informal because in the future, we're going to have, formal people and official people. We're going to have demonstrations and such, but I just wanted to get this out for the people that really support me. And thank you for the support as well. It's meant a lot. Anyways, we're gonna have the hub here. Obviously, that's gonna be for the forums. We have this already. The clubs. We're gonna be having a marketplace now. I've already been on to work with this. Basically, you'll be able to sort. People can add. We're calling it projects. To like any category here, you can create files easily or create projects and add files like we'll just use a image for now as an example, but basically in the future you're going to be able to upload your own source files, and we're going to be allowing GitHub integration, meaning that when somebody makes a project here and they have GitHub integrated and authorized to their account, allowing the modding community to authorize the repositories. They're going to be able to select a repository, and then we're going to add support for like CD and CI, like automatically compiling source code. So like we're going to be supporting free and paid mods, but for the paid mods, the people that actually worry about their stuff being leaked, we're going to be compiling the source code automatically. Um, with that said, I know there's a lot of controversy over paid mods. It's something it was a tough decision for me because I've done all my stuff open source. All this stuff I'm doing, I'm hoping to make open source. But I do believe since we're trying to um, be geared towards the entire mod audience, that we do need to support paid mods. With that said, again, we're going to do automatic source code compilation. Um, we're going to still highly support open source projects or free projects, and giving additional benefits and such, more features for um, open source projects, for example. So just putting, even though we're doing paid mods, I do want to make sure that we're supporting the open source community as much as possible. anyways, that's the mod marketplace. Communities or clubs can have a marketplace as well. It's called files here. So this is like a random file. Um, anyways, we're also going to be, now this is the exciting part. This is the thing I've been working on a lot recently. So I duplicated the club's um, application and transformed it into a server discovery or directory or browser or whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a pretty complex browser. It's going to support game servers and also just community servers for Discord, for example. Um, but basically, the user will be able to select what they want to view here, and I'll show how easy it is in a second. Before going into more detail, the categories here, I still need to fix this a little bit. I also need to fix the navigation here. As you can see, it doesn't stay. But anyways, in regards to this, or in regards to the categories, um, it's actually pulled from clubs or communities. All featured communities have will be listed here under categories, and each server will be able to be tied to a platform, which is a featured community, or a custom like uh, their own community, which I'll show you in a second. There's a connect button for external games, requiring like a launcher per se. We're going to add support for that. For example, like the Source engine servers, you can easily just connect like Counter-Strike Source or Rust through the Steam application. We're going to have an engine system. Like I'm making a Go program now that's going to update all the like player counts, dust to like the map name. Also generate like what we need to connect to a server. Um, and then player. Also, it will be filtered by distance based off of geolocation by default in the future. So each server, when you're making it, and I'll show you here, you can actually add a location, um, and it will use the player's geolocation with to sort it. Now, there are a lot of users on VPNs that visit websites for this. Players will be able to self-correct their location that it retrieves from in the future, or we're also going to be making like an application, what mobile application in the future of this browser as well. I just wanted to get the website part done. Um, so basically, you can click on a server here. Each server will have a connection info connect button. You can join the server. It will list the community that's a part of, like that it's tied to, along with the platform community. Um, Here, this is not working yet, but it will list like when somebody joins a server. This won't I mean, maybe we could do events like join the servers when they actually join the community through here, but maybe in the future we can feed like actual client connects, but I feel like that'd be too much info um for this, so maybe joins would be better. But yeah, this marketplace and stuff like that will show up here, but obviously this is broken right now. With that said, let's go through the process of let's go through the process of making a server so this looks a little bit better. So when you're on the server page, you're going to add a server. There's going to be a lot of options here. We're going to have a lot more options in the future. Um, so we'll have, let's for example make a Rust Vanilla server tied to Decon, which is my community I made or club. So we'll just Rust Vanilla like Thursdays. And obviously we'll be supporting any platform, Minecraft or anything. The custom URL has to be unique. For example, we'll do decon or Rust Vanilla, whatever. Um, so this is just a short URL that people can go to. It's going to be moddingcommunity.com/s, but we will be redirecting some domains such as like joinserver.org, which is something I purchased in gamecom.io, and all of these other things to it as well. Um, so the server icon's pretty self-explanatory. We'll just, I don't know what to use here. This platform is going to be the platform we're going to be supporting Discord in the future as well, and other things like TeamSpeak or whatever, just community stuff, and then any game and engine as well. So you can select none to have it tied to nothing, but let's tie it to Rust. And then our community will be decon. The short descriptions is going to be something that shows on the server list under the server name. And it's going to show up on search engines. It shouldn't have any formatting or anything like that. That's for the long description. The long description will be an editor where you can use the editor for like bold text, for example. So like this is a bold text description. And then I don't know what, I actually haven't tested this, so we'll see how that goes. I might upload a file to it. So for game servers, for example, you're going to have a server IP import, that's just networking. And then a host name, which will be like a public domain or host name like, I don't know, rustvanilla.decon.net. Or subdomain, I guess you can say. And then you can specify a location for the server. You can give a direct address, or you can just do, most people are going to do like Dallas, or like a generic city, because obviously that matters a lot, because that's when latency comes in. That's why we're trying to sort by distance to the server. There's also going to be a rules page as well. And then we won't show a rules page for now. And then see, we did get an error. All right. Well, if I had to guess, it's probably because of this here. So we'll just do this again. I didn't expect that, but we'll just do decon rust. It's good to know that we ran into an error, but I'm pretty sure it was that one thing after glimpsing at it. So, oh, and I also forgot to fill this out, because I should have filled this out, but it is not required, by the way. Location can be... There we go. All right. So, when you first make a server under a game, not under a, under a platform of a game, like it requires like actual connection details, it's not going to be verified at first. You won't be able to really do anything other than change the IP import, which will regenerate a key. I don't have anything for it now, but because I didn't tie Rust to an engine yet, but like Counter-Strike sources tied to like the Steam server engine, we'll just name it, for AS2 info queries. And it allowed like, so I just changed it to Counter-Strike source, and it gave me some additional info. Basically, our systems will automatically detect if the host name is changed within a pretty... It should be fast, because how this is all going to work is I'm making a Go program to retrieve this information. It's going to get all of the servers from an API, and then it's going to update through a REST API as well. I'll get into more detail with that soon at the end here. Anyways, let's just verify the server automatically. The ID is 9. I know the key here is exposed, but it's an internal environment, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just make it verified, and then it shows this. And it shows members. You can then invite members, you can reorder the menu, you can add a page. In the future we'll make it so you can add a calendar, a form, a marketplace, and there's so much other stuff. Um, and then you can also add a cover photo if you like, which I know is working. We'll just use, I think this is one, two, and you can reposition it anywhere. Um, and it shows on the list. Under Counter-Strike, because I changed that. Well, just to demonstrate something, but we can put it under Rust. Have it actually change. See, shows under Rust. You can filter again. We still need to reorder this, but I will in the future. But yeah, so we're going to be adding support. The biggest thing is HTML5 games, meaning that the community or featured club will be able to add a, I don't know if I went over this yet. I'm sorry if I did. But they will be able to add an HTML5 game like a index, because it's all handled through like index that like an HTML file. So they'll be able to upload an HTML5 file, or if we authorize the URL through an iframe, they can embed an iframe when a player connect, like when you click the connect button. So that's going to be the biggest thing. So we're going to be sending parameters to that file for the server IP import. That way you can just click on a server, find a server through here, and click connect, and it'll actually like connect you to the server, download all required files and content, whatever, right through the website here. Like it'll probably just add a window here, um, and that'll be pretty big as well. I think that'll be a huge help. We'll also be generating stats, such as player count, map name, all this other just great analytic data that will be displayed here, kind of similar to like what other websites do, like Game Tracker or Battlemetrics. Um, and yeah, basically the whole goal here is just trying to bring um, as many modding and game communities together and actually show how good modding servers can be, or community servers in general, because networking as a whole, multiplayer as a whole, it all evolves around servers. There's many games still allow the community to host their own servers, and that's what we're trying to really support here, and give a platform, because I do think when you allow the community to host customs and modded servers and allow players to automatically connect and download all the needed content straight through a website or an external application or whatever it is, um, it it makes it really easy, and it offers a very unique experience to the player. A great experience. People love it. Um, it's what I've been doing for the last 10 years with gaming communities and such. But fortunately, gaming communities like these have been on a decline, like modding support in general, and even within the modding community, like not many people know about multiplayer servers and modded servers and such, just because so many people are um, fixed on single player. So we're trying to bridge both sides here and just bring more popularity to modding as a whole and to servers and networking and modded servers. And then obviously in the future we'll also be making mod tools and such so you can easily edit servers. The other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to have hosting provider integration. So when you add a server, we're going to have partnered hosting providers, and Basically, instead of giving connection info, you can, I guess we'll do this under connection info. We'll make it so you can actually create a server with a partnered hosting provider automatically, and I'm hoping to like allow hosting providers to integrate into the TMC or the modding community to allow them to like. I just want to make it so the user or the server administrator can easily moderate the server within TMC. Like, so for the hosting provider, since it's going to be a lot of self-hosting or managed services, I want them to implement um, their game server panel into the website. Um, and that's what I'm going to be working on after I release this basic version. The basic version is going to do what it includes here. We're going to have the mod marketplace. We're going to make it. I just have to fix a lot of things still and make it so you can get the back end working for updating servers and the verification, and also making it so you can add like club or not clubs, forums, marketplace, calendars, events, and so on. After that's done and fixing this, I think this is honestly almost ready for the first release, other than just getting a meeting up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I've been kind of rambling on for 21 minutes, but this was a full overview, a full um, inside look of what I'm doing, along with my future plans here and why I really think it's going to work. I'm really excited for this. Again, we got some of the best branding. I actually purchased modcommunity.net and modcommunity.org on top of us having moddingcommunity.com. The other thing I'm going to be doing, which is another project, because we're going to be offering an API for people to retrieve any servers with any sort or filter option off of this. So that's what I'm doing with these open source projects I'm making called Gamecom Join Server and GModS. Gamecom stands for Game Community. It is gamecom.io. It goes to this application right now. But in the future, I am going to be polling servers from the modding community and then displaying it using more modern technology, like more because TMC does use it uses Envision Power services for everything, and implementing like custom CSS frameworks like Bootstrap or Tailwind like might not be necessary. But what happens if we still want to utilize that? So my thought process was we could or a integrate it into the TMC app itself, um, for Envision Power services, but then that would be a lot harder for development and such, and a learning curve. So my thought process was, let's just make whatever we need through IPS4 in TMC, but then obviously there's an API that I just showed you of like updating a server, retrieving info here, and disallow like those other side projects to retrieve, and allow people to find communities through another interface that might be better for them, would be better. So there's just a lot of things we're doing here, and I'm gonna be working on a lot of them. And again, this has only been a few days at work, so I'm really excited for what's to come. And I've been quickly learning PHP again, because PHP used to be something I used all the time. I'm back in my high school days. But yeah, I'm confident. And thank you again for sticking around for 25 minutes. And I hope it was worth the watch. Thank you for watching.